Wait! If you're about to make yourself a tuna salad sandwich, you better make sure that can of tuna isn't part of this major recall. Breaking, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has issued a notice about a voluntary recall of canned tuna fish sold at several grocers. The recalled tuna is made by Tri-Union Seafoods and is sold under the Genova, Van Camp's, H-E-B, and Trader Joe's brand names. What went wrong? The manufacturer discovered defective pull tab lids, which led to the recall. Best case scenario is your can leaks tuna water all over your cupboards. Worst case, botulism. This isn't the first time botulism has been a concern for canned foods, and it probably won't be the last. The bacteria that causes botulism, Clostridium botulinum, thrives in wet, low-oxygen environments, which is pretty much handed to them on a silver platter with something like canned tuna. It spreads via spores like mushrooms, and while the spores themselves aren't dangerous, once they find a suitable spot to start growing, bad things start happening. These spores are all around us normally, but due to all the oxygen that keeps us chugging along, they don't normally have a chance to gain a foothold in any place we might mistake for food. A defective pull tab is just the kind of thing that can let the microscopic spores enter the can and start producing the botulism toxins you always hear about. And they're no joke. Botulism affects the nervous system and can shut down your respiratory system and cause muscle paralysis. It's not a pleasant way to go, that's for sure. Heat can destroy botulism toxins, but it's not the safest route to go, and particularly dangerous with canned tuna. After all, most people don't cook their tuna sandwiches. This recall affects tuna sold in a total of 27 states at various grocery stores. Fortunately, the exact stores and states that are affected, product names and codes, and use-by dates are all listed on the FDA's recall notice. Texas is the only state relevant to the H-E-B label, while Walmarts in Florida, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey will be removing some varieties of their Van Camp's brand tuna. Various sizes of Genova are affected at Costco's in Florida and Georgia, as well as Harris Teeter, Publix, H-E-B, Kroger, Safeway, Walmart, and independent retailers in 10 states. Meanwhile, the recall on the Trader Joe's label covers 18 states as well as Washington, D.C. So now the question is, what do you do if you have a can of the recalled tuna? First of all, check FDA.gov to see if your can's UPC, can code, and use-by date are included in the recall. If you get a match, the good news is you can get your money back. Just return it to the store where you bought it for a full refund. Otherwise, toss it out. Additionally, Tri-Union Seafoods can be contacted directly for a retrieval kit via the information provided on the FDA website. Whatever you do, don't eat it. While the risk of botulism is just that, a risk, not a guarantee, it's not a gamble worth making. Sometimes events that lead to botulism can occur long after the food has left the manufacturing plant. For instance, cans that have been dented in transit or in the store itself. Dented cans should always be discarded or brought to the attention of the store manager to avoid the risk of food poisoning. They're almost never worth the pennies you might save buying them in the discount aisle.
Dented cans at half price. Microsoft went down 3 points. We gotta save some money.
Botulism is the same toxin that affected Snap Chill canned coffee in 2024, which also led to a voluntary nationwide recall. Voluntary recalls are a way for manufacturers to be proactive when a food item has a chance of being contaminated, avoiding serious illness for consumers, and most importantly, lawsuits for the company.